Hey folks, welcome back. Or maybe welcome for the first time. In today's video, I'm going to go over a tier list for all the character classes in Wizardry 7, Crusaders of the Dark Savant. Now, this is based on the normal game, not the D Forte balance mod that I just did a playthrough of. So, I'm going to talk about some things in today's video that are different from the playthrough I had done. And let's get going. First off, we've got this fighter class. Good old fighters. In Wizardry 7, your fighter can use all weapons and armor that are not class or race specific. For example, they cannot use any of the fairy gear unless they're a fairy and a fighter. They cannot use any samurai gear or any ninja specific gear or anything like that, but if it doesn't have a restriction, a fighter can use it. And they have pretty decent hit points. But there's a few downsides to fighters. First off, they have absolutely no spells. You're going to be fighting a lot of huge parties. I mean, you're going to be fighting like 30-something monsters at a time. And just swinging a sword a couple times in a round isn't going to get the job done. You need some big spells. Fighters don't have those big spells. So they're a little on the weak side there. Another thing, fighters cannot hide. There's going to be some fights where you want everyone just to hide and get out of your enemy's line of sight because they got some big spells against you. Fighter, he's going to be sitting out there in the front rank, everyone else is going to hide, and fighter's just going to get single targeted. Another drawback, they don't have the Kirijutsu skill. The Kirijutsu skill increases a character's critical hit chance, and they don't have that, which really stinks because they're swinging their weapon a lot. The worst thing about a fighter is, in the base game, so unless you got the patch for the Cosmic Forge, you are going to be taking double damage from most enemy attacks as a fighter, and that sucks. So, what are we going to rank our fighter at? Well, like every other class we're going to do, I've got two ranks. First rank is for a single class playthrough. And in that case, the fighter class brings nothing that you cannot get from another character class. And with a double damage, it sucks even more. If you are using the Cosmic Forge patch to eliminate that double damage bug, it's a D rank. If not, it's an F rank. Now, if you're going to use this class in a playthrough where you're changing character classes, it's fine. Just take this class for the first few levels, as long as you fix that double damage bug, just to get some extra hit points and skill points. But never class change into it unless it's the only class you could possibly change that you qualify for. Just like in the single class playthrough, this class, if you fix the double damage bug, is a D. If you don't, it's an F. Overall, I'd skip the fighter. Next up, we've got a mage. What's awesome about the mage? They have thaumaturgy. That is the magical school that's going to let you cast Nuclear Blast. Remember how I said you're going to face parties of enemies with like 30-something creatures in there? Nuclear Blast, baby. What are the downsides of the mage? Well, they can't hide. They have a very limited selection of weapons and armor to use, and they don't have a lot of hit points. In a single class playthrough, their strong buffing and area of effect damage magic makes up for all of their flaws. This gets a position in C tier, but it's really high C tier. If you're playing through the game using class changes, dip into this class to get the thaumaturgy skill early. Get the powerful spells. Maybe you switch into a samurai or a bard where you get access to mage spells. Or, you stick in this class until you have Nuclear Blast and change to something else. In either case, It's a solid class that gets the job done. In a class change playthrough, it's also ranked C. We got our priest next. What's the priest got going for it? The Theology School of Magic. What has it got going against it? It can't hide, it has limited weapons and armor, and it doesn't have many hit points. But this class has access to reliable buffing, its healing magic, and curing of debuffs, because, you know, Wizardry 7 is all about the debuffs. Anyway, a class like this, very necessary. You want someone like this in your party right away. In a single class playthrough, this class is a B rank. If you're going to change classes for your playthrough, you want to have this class early because, again, you need someone from level 1 who can heal and remove debuffs. Maybe you class change later into a Lord or a Valkyrie to get the more powerful spells, or you stick with the priest, get the powerful spells, and then change into something else. In either case, this class is a solid part of your class change rotation and is a B tier. Next up is our Thief. What is the Thief advantages? It can hide. And it has the skill of Skullduggery, which is removing traps and unlocking doors. What's its problems? It has limited weapons and armor. Not as limited as the casters, but more limited than your frontline fighters. And it does not have the Kirijutsu skill. In a single class playthrough, it's got a decent skill set, but there's a lot of other classes that have all of its skills and more. You can do worse, but you can also do a lot better. It's a C rank. In a class change playthrough, you dip into this class for the ninjutsu, which gives you the hiding ability, and skullduggery skills, and then you change into something else. In a class change playthrough, this class is still a C tier, but it's a low C tier. Next up, we've got the Ranger. Bright pink background. What's good about the Ranger? The Ranger can hide. The Ranger has access to the Alchemy School of Magic. The Ranger gets access to the Skullduggery skill, and the Ranger can use most weapons and armor. Not the full complement like your fighters, lords, Valkyries, but a heck of a lot of them. What's the problem with the Ranger? It is a combat class, and yet it does not have the ability to get crits through the Kirijutsu skill. So how do we rank it? Well, this class is a near complete package, and it fits into any group to fill a lot of roles. It can be a tank, it can be a healer, and it can do the thievy stuff. For that reason, it is an S tier class. What if you're doing a class change playthrough? Well, the class still brings magic, stealth, and thieving to the mix. Those are the kinds of things you'd sometimes have to dip into a lot of different classes to get, and it's all here. One-stop shopping. You can start this class before you change into another class, or change into this class for your endgame. The class slips a little bit into A tier only because some other classes get more equipment options. So, single class, S tier. Class change, A tier. Who's next in our list? The Alchemist. Like all the pure casters, the Alchemist's big selling point is their access to a school of magic, in this case, alchemy. What are their flaws? The Alchemist cannot hide. The Alchemist has limited weapons and armor, and the Alchemist doesn't generate a lot of hit points. In a single class playthrough, this class has access to strong healing magic, group AoE damage magic, and the ability to remove poisons, makes up for some of the class's flaws. But the priest is a better healer, and the mage is a better damage dealer. So, this class is a C. A middling C. In a class change playthrough, dip into this class to get your alchemy skills and big powerful spells, or dip into it later. You can get better classes with alchemy magic with the ninja or the ranger. So in a class change playthrough, this class is still just a C. What's the bard going to give you? Well, the bard can hide. The bard has access to the thaumaturgy school of magic. Remember, nuclear blast. The bard gets the skullduggery skill, and the bard has musical instruments. When you play your musical instrument, it's just like casting a spell, and you can do that without ever running out of magic points. What are the problems with your bard? They don't have Kirijutsu, so they don't get the bonus to their crit chances, and they have less armor and weapon choices than rangers would. So, not exactly frontline worthy. In a single class playthrough, this class is a near complete package that fits into any group in the party, except not the tank role. Their infinite spell-like effects from musical instruments, especially early in the game, when your magic points are severely limited, is amazing. This class ranks A. In a class change playthrough, the class still brings magic, stealth, and thieving abilities. Again, those are the kinds of things you normally have to dip into 2 or 3 different classes to get. But start this class early in the game, like right away in your playthrough, in order to get the free musical instrument with infinite sleep abilities. If you change into the class later, it's less beneficial just because you don't get that magical item. So overall, in a class change, this is an A tier, low A, but still A tier. Next up is the last of our pure casters, the Psionic. The Psionic gives you the Theosophy School of Magic, and like all other casters, it cannot hide. It doesn't have much access to weapons and armor, and it doesn't get a lot of hit points. In a single class playthrough, it has access to magic and some buffing, debuffing. But the priest can heal better, mage can definitely deal damage better, and an alchemist is a better mix between damage and healing. Since all those other classes exist, and the Psionic never really excels in anything, I'm going to rank it as a D. But in a class change playthrough, you dip into this class to get the Theosophy skill and learn those spells, and then you change into something better. Because you're not stuck in this class and its middling abilities, in a class change playthrough, it's a C tier. Next up, we've got our Valkyrie. What's up with the Valkyrie? She can use all weapons and armor in the game. Again, not class or race specific, but everything else. She gets a decent amount of hit points. She has access to the Theology School of Magic, and she takes less XP to level than a Lord. What are the downsides? Well, for RP purposes, ladies only. If that's not a big deal for you, and you don't care what your character has got swinging between its legs, not a big deal at all. Another problem with the Valkyrie is she cannot hide, and she has no Kirijutsu skills. In a single class playthrough, you get all the advantages of the fighter class without the double damage problem, and you get all the advantages of the priest class without any of its drawbacks. This class is exactly like the Lord, but it's ladies only and it levels quicker. The only things that hold her back are the lack of hiding and Kirijutsu. That makes her A tier material. If you're playing with class changes, there's nothing else to add here. She's still a good, solid end game, or even beginning game, or mid game class. Always has something to offer. That keeps her in the A tier. Next we got the Bishop. The Bishop is a combination spellcaster with access to both thaumaturgy and theology schools of magic. He alternates between which school he learns spells from. So level 1, you're going to get, I don't even remember which school, but one of the schools, and then level 2, the next. And then you switch back and forth. You get lots of knowledge skill points here in this class. What are the drawbacks? It cannot hide. It has limited weapons and armor usage. It doesn't get many hit points. It does not get many weapon or physical skills. And that is a problem because we all know of the skill tax that swim and climb are. And the Bishop takes the most experience points to level up of any class. In a single class playthrough, this class brings all of the magical powers of the priest and mage together, but it takes twice as long to learn all of the spells out there. It also stinks at developing its skills. And again, we all know the skill tax that's there. So, do not bring a bishop in your class if you have a party with a mage and a priest. Both of them will outshine this character. But if you don't have a mage or you don't have a priest, this class will augment your party pretty well, and it would be a C tier. As a class change playthrough class, just go back and forth between priest and mage to get all of your spells. You'll get it faster than you would with this class, and you'll get way more skill points along the way. There is no reason to play a bishop when you can just class change between priest and mage. In a class change playthrough, this is F tier. Next up, we've got the Lord. What's the Lord's powers? It can use all weapons and armor. Again, not class or race specific, but all other weapons and armor. It has good hit point regeneration, and it has theology, just like the Valkyrie. What are the drawbacks? It can't hide, and it doesn't have Kirijutsu, just like the Valkyrie. But it also takes more XP to level than the Valkyrie does. In a single class playthrough, you get, just like the Valkyrie, all the advantages of the fighter, all the advantages of the thief. It is exactly like the Valkyrie, except you can be a male or female character in this class. Again, holding it back are the hiding and Kirijutsu. Now, for ranking, because the Valkyrie is just like this class, but it levels quicker, the Valkyrie has to be higher ranked than this class. So I put this thing in B tier, but you can make an argument it's low A. In a class change playthrough, since you're going to change classes between throughout the game, the XP difference between this class and Valkyrie isn't that materially important. So this class is definitely a solid A tier in that kind of sense. Next we have our Samurai. What's the Samurai got going for it? Kirijutsu. That's right, this class has the ability to boost its critical hit chances. It also has access to thaumaturgy, so it can develop nuclear blast technology. And it has a decent selection of weapon choices. What are its drawbacks? It cannot hide. It has a limited armor selection, and the armor that it can wear is pretty rare and hard to find. Because armor is pretty rare and hard to find, you are not going to be able to equip 2 samurai with endgame gear. That's just not going to be easy to do. So I would recommend never having more than 1 samurai in your party at a time. For rankings, in a single class playthrough, it's a pretty good class. It combines the power of a mage's spells and solid survivability in melee. It does lack the ability to hide, and endgame armor, like I said, is limited. And since I can't clutter up the A tier with a lot of classes, because of those shortcomings, this class has to slide into B tier. If you're going to do a playthrough with class changes, you can get the benefits of the samurai class from other classes. I mean, you can be a mage to get the thaumaturgy, and then you can change into, a ninja to get the hide and the kirijutsu, and then a fighter for the weapon and armor usage. This class it's a hybrid class, and it doesn't really bring enough benefits to outweigh its drawbacks when you can class change and avoid all those drawbacks. So in that sense, this class loses a bit of its luster and slips to C tier. Next up we have the monk. What's the monk got going for it? It has access to the Theosophy School of Magic, just like the Psionicist. The monk gets Kirijutsu, which increases its critical hit chance. The monk can hide, and the monk gets a decent selection of weapons. The drawback to the monk? Very limited armor usage. I mean, we're talking robes or nothing. In a single class playthrough, this class, just like the samurai, is a great combination of abilities rolled into one. But also like the samurai, the amount of gear it has available to it is a drawback. And, like the samurai, it goes into the B tier. If you're doing a class change playthrough, just like the samurai, this hybrid class's advantages can be obtained by combining a few other classes, and you can skip its flaws. But, unlike the samurai, this class slips all the way to D tier, and that's a personal choice because I don't think the Theosophy School of Magic is as good as Thaumaturgy. Nuclear Blast is that strong. So there you go. B tier for a single class playthrough, D tier if you're doing a class change playthrough. Then we've got ourselves the ninja. Ninja has access to Kirijutsu, plus the ninja gets a 3 or 5% bonus to critical hits just as that class. The ninja has access to the Alchemy School of Magic. The ninja can hide. The ninja has a decent selection of weapon choices. And what's most awesome about the ninja? They fight people all the time. They flip out. They kill people. Thanks, real ultimate power. What are the drawbacks to the ninja? They have very limited armor usage. If you don't have ninja garb, your character is going naked. And because of that, the amount of usable armor they have is rare. You will be lucky to find more than one set of ninja gear in the whole game. That being said, don't have more than one ninja at a time unless you want them to not be fully equipped. In a single class playthrough, just like the Ranger, this is a near complete package and fits into any group to fill a whole lot of roles. Tank, heal, thief. But its limited armor is enough to keep it from being as awesome as the Ranger, so it's solid A tier material. In a class change playthrough, just like the Samurai and the Monk, while this class is amazing to change into or out of, you can also get the benefits of it while skipping the drawbacks by combining other classes. It slips to a B tier in that case. So what do we have for our rankings? Well, in single class playthrough we have the Ranger all alone in S tier. In A tier we've got the Bard, the Valkyrie, the Lord, and the Ninja. B tier comes in with the Priest, the Samurai, and the Monk. In C tier, you've got the Mage, although, like I said, Mage could be really low B tier. Then the Thief, the Alchemist, and the Bishop. And D tier is the Psionicist and the Fighter, although Fighter could slip to F tier if you didn't fix the double damage bug. For a class change tier list, no one is sitting in F tier, but A tier is the Bard, the Valkyrie, the Lord, and the Ranger. All alone in B tier is your Ninja. C tier, you've got the Mage, the Alchemist, the Priest, the Psionicist, the Thief, and the Samurai. D tier is the Fighter, but again, they could slip to F tier if you don't fix the double damage bug, and the Monk. And then definitely in F tier is the Bishop. So folks, there we go. All the classes of Wizardry 7 ranked if you're doing a single class playthrough or a playthrough with class change mechanics. This is the end. My however many people watch this, friends. The end. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Feel free to discuss below in the comments what your opinions are. Do you think any classes should be ranked differently? What do you like to do for your class changes? Feel free to share. Until next time, be awesome, everybody.